let's talk about tolerances for this drawing. I have steps for you in a PowerPoint here, and what I'd like to do is just step through that process with you. First of all, this drawing is going to need 3 dimension styles for the reason that you have, sorry, I should have been prepared here. You have 2 limits dimensions. One of them has a 2/1000th difference, one of them has a 1/1000th difference. That's going to require 2 different styles. And then you'll need your regular standard style for your other dimensions. So we'll go look at that. Also, I want to point out, I should have stayed there for a minute. I want to point out that one of the things this crane and hoist company did was they made their limits dimensions backwards. ASME says you're supposed to put the big number on the top, and in fact that's what AutoCAD will do automatically, so just make a note of that. Okay, and so in this PowerPoint I will now step you through what to do in CAD, so let's just go to CAD and have a look. And let's remind ourselves that we set the viewport scale, here's the viewport, we set the viewport scale at 1 to 2, so that means our drawing scale factor is 2. We need to make sure we set that scale every place we go. Let's go over to model space. Now let's make a new style. So the handy place to do styles is here in the Annotate tab. So here's Annotate, and we'll go over to Dimensions and click that diagonal arrow for Dimension Styles. And this time we need a new dimension style. Let's make the style for that 250 diameter hole tolerance. So I'll go New. And when your drawings get kind of complicated, you can wind up having many different styles. So you should think about making a name for your style that's something you could remember. Like you could name it 2.50, or you could go 2501, 250, or something. I'll just put this. That helps me remember which hole I'm talking about. Okay, now where are we? In the dimension style, there are all these tabs where we set what we're doing. There's one over here at the very end called Tolerances. And let's just work our way methodically from top to bottom. So first, what tolerance method do we want? And keep your eye on this preview panel because it's going to show you what you've got. Symmetrical and deviation are what you use for plus-minus tolerances. If you had plus or minus 20, let's say, you could use symmetrical. If you had plus 1 minus nothing, you could use deviation. We're going to use limits, just because that's what this sample drawing has. So I'll click Limits and see how the preview changed. Now, the upper value and lower value are what you add to the base, to the hole that you had. I drew my hole at 2.5, 2.5 inches exactly. So for my tolerance, I want an upper value of 1/1000th and a lower value of nothing. So it's going to show my 2.5 inch hole with 1/1000th bigger or nothing. Okay, scaling, we don't fool with that. Vertical position, you can change that if you want to. Oh, we don't need to for limits, sorry. Let me call your attention to zero suppression. This is something that beginning drafters often forget. Remember that for inch dimensions, we need to suppress leading zeros. If you were to have something that was less than 1 inch, it would display zeros if you did not check that. All right, that's probably all we need there. The other thing we need to pay attention to is the Fit tab, because this is where we scale. And we just want to make sure that that is set at a scale of 2. That's our drawing scale factor for this particular drawing. Okay, everything looks good. The current dimension style is this new 2.5, so that's good. All right. Now, let's try putting a dimension on our part. Now, unfortunately, AutoCAD does not have a linear style with a diameter symbol in it. And oddly enough, older versions of AutoCAD did have that, like 10 years ago. There was, but now not. So, okay, we'll click linear, and we'll come down here and we'll click. You have to be careful that you're not clicking on endpoints of hatch lines. Oh, and what did I do? Don't do what I just did. I did not change my layer, and I'm on the cutting plane layer, so that's no good. We need to be on the dimension layer. Try again. Okay, click, click. Okay, there is our dimension, but notice there is no diameter symbol. So rather than come back later and edit the text, we can fix that right now. If you look at the command line down here, AutoCAD is talking to you all the time. And one of the things it's saying now is, do you want one of these options before you plunk your text down? Well, yes, I do. I want the MText editor. So I could click that thing, or I could just type M for MText. And look here, the MText has been highlighted, and the ribbon at the top has changed to an MText editor. And my cursor is blinking at the beginning there. So now I can add a diameter symbol. Where do we get diameter symbols? Well, here's this thing that says symbol. So let's click that. And right up at the top are the 3 most commonly used symbols, and one of them is diameter. So we could just click that thing. You might want to notice that it gives you the shortcut typing keys. So next time, if you don't want to drop this down and go looking, if you can remember to type %C, that will put that symbol in there. It's not D for diameter because they've already used D for degrees. So one way to remember this is to think, well, C for circle. So %C for diameter of a circle. I'm going to let go of this and just go over here and type %. Now watch what happens when I hit the C. Yay! There's a diameter symbol. And now I'll come up here and close text editor. And now we're back to where we were, where AutoCAD was talking to us and saying specify the location. So now we can do that, and I'll just click somewhere. There's our dimension. Next time we will look at enlarged details briefly.